but I thought it was appropriate for this event, so there you go. I was going to do a different poem next about gender, but after listening to the keynote, I'm going to do a poem about race, because it wasn't that long ago that it was okay to have slaves, that it was okay to judge people based on the color of their skin, and it is because of that, and although I know that we have very far to go, it's because of that and how far we've come that I know that things are going to get better. People will do the right thing. It just takes some time, and it takes people willing to force that change. So, my mother grew up white in Detroit in the 1960s, 12 Mile. Royal Oak, Michigan, in the 1960s, where young children privileged enough to be born on a certain side of the line played Red Rover and picket fences, just a pebble's throw from 8 Mile Road. America's most defining city-suburb line where institutionalized racism learned to procreate in a time where an integrated neighborhood was deemed unstable. Redlining was used as a restrictive covenant that determined where people of color could live and buy homes. City officials drew the maps and watched the city sink into soil. And in these streets, the red lines still run deep. Like the feet of diasporic people flee, and in 2010, the city seems to be burning from the inside out. Realtors using our skin as charcoal. The blacker, the faster they burn, the happier the customers who are not afraid to say, we want no color here. But it ain't just Detroit, it's Philadelphia, the 5 boroughs. It's how our cities turned ghettos began to burn. Best believe it's the dirty South, Los Angeles. It's not like we didn't already know that racism had plagued every inch of American soil. At Stanford, we learn these facts at a distance. In our suburban cul-de-sac bubble, we pretend that the diversity in our classrooms means that we have come far from our past, and that far is enough. We throw the word post-race around as if racism is something we've beaten when we know we aren't even in remission. Those of us born on a certain side of the line remember the taste of race enough to identify what it is and what it isn't. It's my ethnic studies teacher saying that people of color don't grow up knowing that we are underrepresented in university classrooms. It's my white classmates agreeing with the statement. It's the brown bodies in the room that don't even need to open our eyes to see it. It is the language, how it doesn't fit right on our tongues. It's the history books' accents, the process we go through to teach ourselves that this is wrong, never learning how to fix it. That would be too dangerous. It would only darken the lines between us, as if sitting in this filth doesn't. We play discussions with history as if we didn't even learn the lessons, and we have read of the lynching. How black bodies hung in the deep South, white men fronting whiter capes playing God, making angels of young boys. We watched as their halos fell below the jawline, only gasping at the cracking noise of bone to skin to rope. How something other than weight hung in the air those days. It is heat. It is hate. It is screaming our names. So what happens when in Arizona, black, queer, Chicano, and any literature other than white is banished from the classroom to the furnace? How fast are we burning now when you add the books, when all you can read are white pages? When will there be enough room for our black and brown bodies in this institution? There is enough white between the lines without having to banish the words. Can you see the smoke rising? The ink hanging? Can you breathe through the hypocrisy or slice it? Can you taste it? How in the last 2 years, unemployment rose from 6 to 19%, while wealth held by millionaires in the United States rose by 18%. It is 2010. It seems that some red lines have only thickened since the 60s. The government is playing maintenance while we are burning in the aftermath. Our homes are ground zero. No one comes to visit. No one sees anything but dirt. Just beyond 8 Mile Road, there is a town where young children, privileged enough to be born on a certain side of the line, play Red Rover and picket fences. We can see them from where we hang. It is almost as if we can reach them from the darkness. Thank you very much. Have a good day.